Live from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Now at 6, here we go again. The new stay-at-home order about to come down. 5 Bay Area counties are moving ahead of the state's ICU capacity threshold. The strict new rules you need to prepare for.
It's really a shock.
I feel a little bit like we had the rug pulled out from under us a little bit.
The new mask warnings from the CDC this morning, why you need to wear them indoors. Plus, extreme fire danger with gusty winds on the way for parts of the Bay Area, prompting PG&E to shut off power to thousands of customers as early as Monday. Good morning. It is Saturday, December 5th. I'm Emily Turner. Let's start with a check of our weather with meteorologist Darren Peck.
Emily, the winds you were just talking about get here Sunday night into Monday, and it's mainly going to be in the mountains. We may not even feel that a whole lot where we all live. It's kind of that usual drill when we get into fire weather concerns. More on that later. Let me get you ready for Saturday morning. Pretty view right now from our camera on top of the Salesforce Tower looking off towards the east. Let's get down into the South Bay. I'll show you the view in San Jose, and we'll put some numbers up and look at the difference. It's 37 degrees in Livermore. 50 degrees in San Francisco. A huge spread once again. You get into those inland valleys, grab that heavy jacket. It is cold out there. Of course, we're going to warm up beautifully by the afternoon. Forecast for today has us warming up into the mid-60s if you're inland. Low 60s at the coast. These numbers are maybe a degree or two above average, but they're pretty much right in the neighborhood. In fact, if you just want to pick out your part of the bay, 67 today for Livermore, 62 Napa. We'll top out at 63 in Fremont, 64 in San Rafael with plenty of sunshine. I'll be back with more on the rest of the forecast in a few minutes. We'll take a look ahead to that wind. For now, Emily, back over to you.
Over the next few days, 5 Bay Area counties will enact the state's new stay-at-home order ahead of schedule. Many of them are scrambling now to get ready for Sunday night when the first shutdown orders will take effect. It all starts on Sunday in Santa Clara, Contra Costa, and San Francisco counties. Then on Monday in Alameda County and Tuesday in Marin County. The rest of the Bay Area, though, not shutting down. As of now, Napa, Sonoma, Solano, and San Mateo counties are not issuing a local stay-at-home order. County leaders in San Mateo say they're following the state's guidelines instead. Outdoor and indoor dining will not be allowed in the affected counties. Restaurants can only do takeout and delivery, and indoor retail shopping is allowed, but only at 20% capacity. Places of worship must operate outside. The stay-at-home order means an already tough year for many local businesses is going to get even tougher. KPIX 5's Andrea Nakano went to downtown Pleasanton, where restaurants will have to change the way they do business once again.
A busy Friday night in downtown Pleasanton, but it may not look like this for the rest of the month.
It's really a shock.
Esteban Blancas with Noni's Bistro in downtown Pleasanton says he will now have to lay off several of his employees once again.
I cannot explain. I mean, it's sad, it's frustrated, it's a little bit of everything.
Governor Newsom announced a stay-home order if any of the 5 regions in the state fell below 15% of ICU capacity. Many here didn't expect local counties to issue the order. I understand the rationale behind it, but I feel a little bit like we had the rug pulled out from under us a little bit. Shelley Sexton says she came out just to show her support for local businesses. Many diners sympathize with the restaurants as they are continually forced to play with new rules.
It's unfortunate that they're now going to shut them down to delivery and takeout only. It's not fair. It's not right.
Restaurants are hoping their customers will continue to support them during the stay-home order, and they won't be forced to close their doors for good.
Hope we will survive.
Do you have faith that will happen?
I hope so. I hope. We have families.
Here in Alameda County, the restrictions will go into effect on Monday, and they will last through January 4th. In Pleasanton, Andrea Nakano, KPIX 5.
We first brought you the health officer's announcement live on KPIX 5 as well as streaming on CBSN Bay Area. Be sure to download the KPIX 5 app to sign up for breaking news alerts. In Santa Clara County this morning, only 14% of intensive care unit beds remain open in the entire county. With overflow tents like this one in place since March, the chief medical officer at Santa Clara Valley Medical Center says the hospital is prepared, but what they can't handle is any more strain on medical professionals.
Currently, we have adequate staffing. At some point, if we don't get this surge under control, we will run into staffing challenges.
This morning, medical experts are weighing in on the shutdown. Dr. John Schwartzberg with the UC Berkeley School of Public Health says there's just no sense in waiting until more people get sick.
We've got to stay healthy right now. And we're going to have a really rough 3 months. But at the end of that, the vaccine's effects are going to start to kick in, hopefully. The control measures that we're putting in right now are going to likely show some beneficial effects by then.
Taking a live look over the East Bay Hills this morning, where a lot of retailers and hair salon owners say the new shelter-in-place order may deliver the final blow, which will shut them down for good. KPIX 5's Dahlin reports from Walnut Creek.
If you cannot have outdoor dining, will your restaurant survive?
No. The owner of Locanta, a popular Mediterranean restaurant, says takeout and delivery alone will not be financially sustainable.
I checked the numbers. Numbers are really, doesn't make sense to open.
He says takeout orders only amount to about 10% of his business. He's debating on whether or not to just close for a month while the shelter in place is in effect.
We try to survive. That's all we can do right now. We have to follow the rules.
Many business owners were caught off guard by the timing. The restrictions go into effect in Contra Costa County Sunday night.
I don't know of one person that has gotten COVID from a hair salon. So to me, it does seem unfair.
Ashley Flowers manages Insignia Hair Salon. She worries about the workers who won't have a paycheck during the holidays.
We have people that work here that are single moms and have 4 kids, that unemployment doesn't cut it.
In Pleasant Hill, health inspectors have already taken at Diablo CrossFit 3 times for operating indoors.
Ready, go.
The owner, Craig Howard, says he will continue to defy the health order.
And our plan is to keep operating safe and keeping our members safe. And when the fines come, I'll make a decision after each one as to whether we should stay open or not.
People shopping and dining in Walnut Creek have mixed feelings about the new restrictions. Some believe it's too aggressive. Others say it'll save lives.
We may lose one holiday season, but we guarantee so many more holiday seasons to come.
A couple of workers tell me they're worried about paying their bills. They say it's back to EDD applying for the unemployment benefits. In Walnut Creek, I'm Dahlin, KPIX 5.
The CDC is changing its mask recommendations, now urging people to wear them at all times outside of the home. The agency also says anyone who may have been exposed to the virus should wear masks also inside the home, to protect their own families. It comes as the U.S. set another single-day record for new cases at 227,000, according to the Johns Hopkins University tracker. Nearly 279,000 people have now died since the pandemic started, more than 2,600 of them just yesterday. Now, it's not all bad news. This morning, we're getting new information about the first vaccine deliveries in the Bay Area. The state expects to receive 327,000 initial doses of the vaccine from Pfizer. Roughly 80,000 of those doses will be shipped here to the Bay Area. San Francisco's Department of Public Health says initial doses will go to acute care hospitals and skilled nursing facilities. A live look at the White House this morning, where President-elect Biden will take over in just about 6 weeks. CBS reporter Ed O'Keefe says Mr. Biden wants Congress to move quickly on economic relief before he takes office.
With nearly 11 million people unemployed and more than 400,000 deaths projected by the time he takes office, President-elect Joe Biden called for immediate action.
If we act now, I mean now, we can begin to regain momentum and start to build back a better future. There's no time to lose.
He said Congress must provide relief for Americans set to lose federal aid in a matter of weeks.
The folks out there aren't looking for a handout. They just need help. They're in trouble through no fault of their own.
As his transition team has been briefed on the Trump administration's plans to distribute COVID vaccines, Mr. Biden raised concerns.
There is no detailed plan, that we've seen anyway, as to how you get the vaccine out of a container into an injection syringe into somebody's arm. And it's going to be very difficult for that to be done, and it's very expensive.
To help lead the fight against the pandemic, the president-elect is reportedly set to nominate former U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy back to his old job. And he's keeping Dr. Anthony Fauci in place and asking him to serve as chief medical advisor. Mr. Biden also acknowledged that his own inauguration will be transformed by the pandemic.
It is highly unlikely there will be 1 million people on the mall going all the way down to the memorial. My guess is there probably will not be a gigantic inaugural parade on down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Ed O'Keefe, CBS News, Washington.
Happening today, the Warriors are giving away free holiday trees and decorations for them. Families can pick them up from now through tomorrow at an outdoor gathering space called Thrive City. It's on 3rd Street in San Francisco near the east entrance to Chase Center. And a separate tree giveaway happens today in the South Bay. That one begins at 8:30 this morning at the Roosevelt Community Center on East Santa Clara Street in San Jose. It's just east of downtown, and the city of San Jose is sponsoring that giveaway.